I would like to ask, how do you optimize your humidity, your moisture in the greenhouses?
So in terms of moisture, this a greenhouse system, a full system is a fertigation system, is a drip irrigation system, and these are other materials which we use, like the UV. This is a 200 micron UV treated plastic, which makes sure that it provides equal and uniform distribution of light to our crops. It also provides equal and uniform optimum temperature into the greenhouse. So we optimize when it comes to moisture. We optimize by making sure that we have a drip irrigation. When we see that it's now time to provide to water our crops or to irrigate our crops, we make sure that we put in the drip irrigation system into action so that we water our crops for the required. Because in greenhouse farming, it's all about precision agriculture and precision farming, whereby in precision agriculture we try to make sure that we provide the optimum water that is required by the plant at that stage. For example, if the crop now requires 2 liters per day, we have to provide 2 liters per day to that crop for optimization, for maximization. So drip irrigation now comes in. If we now see that we want 2 liters to provide to our crops, we calculate the water flow rate of our drip lines, then we know the actual amount that or the actual time we are going to make sure that our drip irrigation system is in action, so that we provide the actual moisture content that is needed by the crop at that same time. And also we are trying also to shift and reduce human intervention in greenhouse farming. I think you can see this system that I'm holding here. This system I'm holding here, what it basically does, this one is for a semi-automation. We're trying to automate this greenhouse system. Why are we trying to remove human intervention? We are trying to remove errors from human intervention. You have asked a good question by saying, how do you optimize moisture content in a greenhouse? Yes, I might also be a farmer, but at the same time an accountant going to work, but my crops now require water, and while they require water, but I'm at work at the same time. So I have someone who is looking. There's also someone who should be looking for your greenhouse 24/7. So I instruct my worker to put the drip irrigation system into action, but he or she somewhere we are human beings, forgets, or sometimes just overngoverengera. You understand now? Yeah. So we are trying to remove those errors, but your crop now is suffering from that ignorance that is being done by your worker, and you don't know it because you are at work, you are at your office. So we are trying to remove that human intervention by integrating this system. Now this one is a semi-automation of a greenhouse system. What it does, it monitors the conditions in the greenhouse. We have talked about temperature, humidity, and moisture. So we have a moisture sensor here which monitors the moisture content in your crops are subjected to in the greenhouse, and we also have a temperature and a humidity sensor here which monitors and detects the temperature. So what it does now, when you put this system, when it's on the system, you input your phone number in this system. So even if you are in Chireds and your greenhouse is in Binga, you can know the conditions, the temperature, the moisture content, the humidity that your crops are subjected to through a text message. So what it does now, when it gets its readings, you input a variation of the temperature that you want. Maybe you want 15 degrees to 25 degrees. You input that data. Maybe you want moisture content of 80 to 70 to 80%. You input that data. So when you input that data, and the same goes to humidity. When you input that data now, when the temperature drops maybe to 5 degrees, it then sends you a message that the temperature in the greenhouse is now below the required temperature, which is 15 degrees, and you will know the action to do so that you increase the temperature. Some can put in when it's a fully automated system, it then sends the information. Maybe you have a heating system that you have, then sends the information to the heating system so that the heaters are turned on and there is increase in temperature. So for now we have a semi-automated system which just sends a message to you. So when it sends a message to you, you will now know that the guy that you have said to monitor the temperature and parameters in the greenhouse is not doing his work or her work. So you call him, or you put some measures to make sure that you obtain that temperature. So it same goes if the temperature is now above. It same goes to moisture. If the moisture content is below the optimum needed, it sends you a message. Then you know that you need to provide water for your crops so that you have an optimization, you have maximum production.
Okay, whilst we're still on this automation, I would like to ask about the boundaries. Is it only in Zimbabwe only, or you can also travel out of Zimbabwe and still get the messages?
Yes, what we are trying to do is to make sure that the system is convenient. Whether you are in America, whether you are in Mars, you have to know what is happening in your greenhouse. So for now, what this system I'm holding does, sends text messages. So if we want it to make sure that you are in America, you have to receive that message. We can now put in place, we have Starlink. So you need now a Wi-Fi at your farm. Install Wi-Fi at your farm. Then we make sure that this system sends you a message through the use of Starlink or Wi-Fi.
Okay.
So whether it might be a WhatsApp message, it might be, you know what interests me in terms of automation, you can have what you want. If you want this, you can just automatically just program and write a program that does exactly what you want.
So